Good morning, traders. I'm Dennis Dick.
And I'm Joel Elconin. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Premarket Info.
Down a buck here, Joel. What a quiet overnight session, though. We were up as high as 1642 and a quarter, as low as 1636. It's been a tight 6 point range here. Kind of boring.
Yeah, a little bit of holiday trading, ahead of the Jewish New Year. I get to make all my New Year's resolutions again. But Dennis, can't really look at the 15-minute. You got to look at this daily chart in the S&Ps. I mean, look at the way they've been defending the 1630 level. Had a couple lows last week under that level at 16 and a quarter, 1626. 20-point sell-off yesterday. Stopped just above that level at 1630. I'm getting my bull cap on here. We hold a bet 16 and a quarter here. I think we're going right back up to test those highs.
Whoa, but Joel, so you want out of the bet right now? We're almost at even. What was it, 1540 versus 1740? You telling me you want out of that bet?
I do. I
I
do.
do.
I just
Joel's getting bullish. I'm still a little bullish. That probably means the market's going to tank here today, folks. So get on the same side. I'll tell you what is tanking is gold. Gold is down significantly here this morning. The GLD trade down a buck 09. $11 on the gold futures and 1400. We're right back there again. This 1400 level. Can't seem to get away from it.
Yeah, we still have a little bit of that war premium in there, and people are a little bit worried about that. Just straddling the $1,400 level, the current level 1399.50. Keep an eye on that high that we made of 1415. Is the high so far in the session, and that's fortified by Tuesday's high at 1416.40. So got a potential double top there. Unless you get some more turbulence in the Middle East, gold could lose its luster.
But it seems like this 1400 is just kind of like a magnet level where the
Magnet.
price just continues to stray back to it. It gets away from it and it gets pulled back up. And I'll tell you what really is a magnet level is this 500 level in Apple. We talked about this basically for the last couple of weeks here, how much every time it gets away from 500, it gets sucked right back up to it. Apple again here this morning is getting sucked back up to the 500 level, traded as high as 499.99 in the pre-market. So anybody that's buying it away from the from the 500 level is rewarded here again as they can get out just under 500. The news this morning, we do have Cantor Fitzgerald initiating with a buy, target 777, but they did announce yesterday they're holding a special media event, and then this morning they said they're also going to hold that event in China on September the 11th. So I think the market is speculating there could be a potential deal with China Mobile in place to distribute the iPhone.
Right, and then you also got that initiation, I believe, by Cantor Fitzgerald with a buy target of 777. So interesting target price. That is that 499.99, as you mentioned, is the high in the pre-market. Bumped up there twice, so that would be a good level to keep an eye on. Above that, 502.51 was your 5-day high. So you do have it. You have it up $10. You do have it opening into resistance. And I believe we maybe noted this yesterday on the show. The multiple lows in the 486 level. 4 out of the last 5 lows were right around 486, 46.30, 46 and a half, 47.35. So if you're looking, if you get any kind of pullback on this from this monster pre-market rally, there's your major support.
Yeah, major support there, and obviously just keeping level that 500 level because every time it's pulled away from it, it's come back to it. So you never know, it could break out through it, but I just don't know if it's got enough oomph to really get a long ways away from 500. 500 is the magnet on Apple. Let's move to Microsoft here for a brief minute. Obviously, they had a rough day yesterday with the Nokia announcing the acquisition of their cell phone business. Morgan Stanley is downgrading the stock here this morning, so it's putting more pressure on the stock. It's not to yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 31.29. We're just trading down 23 cents here in the pre-market at 31.65.
Yeah, can you just believe this is little old Microsoft here with this kind
Volatility.
of yeah, holy mackerel. I'll keep an eye. 31.29 was the low that you had in yesterday's session. You had a couple lows at the 31.37, 31.38 level. That's protecting the low of the move here at 30.84. Taking a look at the pre-market, doesn't seem like this downgrade is having a ton of effect here. Just kind of a consolidation pattern here. But let's keep an eye on that 31.29 low from yesterday.
LinkedIn pulling back here a little bit today. LNKD, they announced a secondary offering there of $1 billion after the close. The price has not been announced there yet, and we know once those prices get announced, often those can act like a little bit of a magnet. Sometimes it can be a floor as well, so we'll have to wait and see what the actual secondary price offering is going to be. But it is knocking the stock down. They don't like the dilution. Knocking the stock down $6 here today at 240.65.
Yeah, the initial spike took it down to 235.50, and since then it's recovered nicely. Just really consolidating here around the 240 level. 241.76 was yesterday's low, so I'll use that as minor resistance. But as you mentioned, Dennis, you really got to wait to see what that price is. But hey, they're doing it right. They're doing the secondary when the stock is, after a major gain. So good move by LinkedIn all around.
Look at that trend too. Just look at that trend from the bottom there in June, where it started in the March, right around $160, and boom, all the way up to 246. That is a pretty little trend there. So you guys might want to draw a little trend line on your longer term chart there and keep that in mind. The trend is your friend.
Kind of 240 is kind of sticking out like a sore thumb to me here. Yeah, it's just, I don't have a definite level there. You know how precise I am with my levels, but 247.98 so far has been the all-time high. Bumped up there against yesterday. So for you long-term investors here, 240, keep an eye closed below 240, and you may want to take a look at alternatives to just holding the stock.
Been a while since we talked about J.C. Penney, so let's talk about it. We did see some disclosures and some 13G filings last night, where some major hedge funds have actually started accumulating the stock. You got Glenview Capital has accumulated 9.1% stake. Perry Corp has accumulated 8.62. Heyman Capital 5.2. So some of these hedgies are buying J.C. Penney down here as Ackman is now out. Maybe they're excited that Ackman's out. I think he got rid of the bulk of his stock at 12.60 here, so he's gone, and the stock is free trading here again. 12.72. It's as where it closed. It's trading up about 25 cents on these hedge fund disclosures at 12.97.
Right, you made a low of the move on Friday at 12.12. Yesterday you only got to 12.52. You're getting a little bounce there. I just, everyone is buying the stock, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere here. I guess if you're looking at this longer term and looking at a swing trade here, that 12.12 level is something to keep an eye on. Haven't traded down at this level since the financial crisis back in early 2008. So I don't know. I'm not sure when next time they have earnings. I know they just came out again. You're gonna have to see something as far as earnings or something to get this thing going. I'm not interested in this stock at this level.
Yeah, the only thing potentially is, I guess, a short squeeze to get it going. Usually bottoms are made by getting those short squeezes, and it's hard to say where that's going to happen.
Isn't this where Soros got interested, up in this area here?
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember Soros being interested. I don't remember when that was, though. So we know Ackman was interested all the way down, so he's out now, so that may be bullish. We've got a couple other ones. Let's go over to the earnings stocks here for a second, though. Ciena reported earnings here this morning. CIEN. That stock is popping nicely. The report was solid, 23 cents versus 16. Being the top line too, 538 million versus 532 million, and the stock's up $2 here this morning. So this is a really good pop for Ciena.
Right here we got up to 23.05. That's been the high of the move. Let's go take a look on the dailies here. And you had a couple highs at 23.10 and 23.17 back in the middle of August. So that will add a little bit more significance to that 23.05 high. Things really get crazy here. You have the high of the move at 23.63, and that was on August 7th. So you're getting the pop here after trading under 20 just a couple days ago, back up at the top of the range at 23. Should be interesting to get follow through right off the open.
Dollar General DG reported earnings here too, 77 cents versus 74, so a nice little beat. Stock is picking up and lifting over $2 here in the pre-market. Just ticked up to 56 bucks, closed at 53.88. That actually is close to the 52-week high of 56.10, which we set on the 26th.
Huh, for some reason, this is giving me a hard time here with my DG symbol for some reason, so I have to let you just give your technicals on that. You
Well,
said DG?
yeah, DG. I don't know why it's not bringing up. That's
Yeah,
weird.
let me see. Yeah, I haven't had that problem before. I have
Um,
to get on the phone with support here.
Dollar General. Anyways, if you look at the charts, if you those two do have charts on this one, it's at a high of
Yeah.
56.10 back on August the 26th, and that's right where we just traded up to. We actually just ticked up to 56.10 here just a few moments ago. We've been as high as 56. I'm trying to see what the high is. I can see a 56.63. So we were higher here this morning in the pre-market, but it seems like this whole 56.10 area, there's a few orders lined up there too. So they're kind of lining up at the 52-week high. Obviously, that's the bogey. We'll have to see if it can break out through that or if that remains resistance. I'll move on from Dollar General, but let's just briefly talk actually Sympathy Company, FDO. Can you bring that one up, Joel? Because it is getting bid up with the Dollar General beat there this morning.
Yeah, I'm having some major problems here with my charts here. It's only taking one symbol. I wonder if I did something up to do something. I don't know here.
User error on Joel's part.
I don't know. Someone said from a TC Trader here that they were having some problems with it too. But I'll just go off my memory here on the stock and see if I can figure out here. Closed right on its low of the day yesterday, 69.48 to 53. So let's see if it can hold that level. If not, you don't see any support going down to the 68 to 85 level.
H&R Block reported earnings here too, which is HRB. That stock is trading down about $1 here in the pre-market. Reported last night. They were supposed to lose 37. They actually lost 40 cents, so it was a bigger miss than the market had expected. Stock is trading down, and looking at the charts here, I know you can't probably bring it up, HRB, but we did have a low. I'm going back here to April the 18th. We had a low of 26.58. We have been lower than that here in the pre-market, but that might give you a little bit of initial support here if they're looking for buyers.
I have all these nice people here trying to help me with the stock here, trying to get the symbol in. Boy, technical difficulties here.
Just click one. Click like Google or Apple or something and see if that works there,
Yeah.
Joel. Like you had Apple this morning, so something's just happened where you can't
Yeah,
type in more.
something's going.
It's only allowing you
all
to put
kinds
in
of
one symbol.
suggestions here.
I'm trying to look.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to talk about really that's only got one symbol.
What one were you just mentioning there?
HR Block, HRB, H&R Block.
Okay, let me see if I can do anything just from memory here on this stock. Taking out yesterday's low at 26.79. Pre-market, you did get a low under the $26 level to 25.74. Looking at the major support in this stock, you have to go back pretty far. You have to go back to the weeklies, and to find support here in that stock, you had a weekly low back in April at 26.58. So keep an eye on that. Below that, we could slip through the $26 level.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the TLT here yesterday too, but you're probably not going to able to bring up a chart on that too. Bonds were getting killed yesterday. Actually, with the market sell-off in the afternoon, they did rally back a little bit, but the TLT was trading up over 106, got down I think to 103.51. So obviously bond prices going down, yields were going up, and you saw a lot of stocks that were defensive in nature. There you go, Joel, you're back.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks to it looks like ANSI said try slamming the control shift keys.
Oh.
And I never heard of that one. The old
I thought I was going to say, like,
slam-
try slamming your keyboard. That's usually how I fix things. I just ram stuff.
No, that's only during That's only during the regular
Oh, that's
hours.
only when you have a bad trade. TLT, anyways, you can bring up. Let's try to. Can you bring up a pre-market chart or after, or from yesterday at
Yeah.
least? You can see what has happened here yesterday. It's bouncing up a little bit here in the pre-market, but look at that steep sell-off there. It was up at 106.68, and then the kablooey, kablooey, kablooey. Trade all the way down to 103.51 yesterday. So that's a big move for the TLT, and you saw a lot of defensive names, a lot of names that have higher dividends, like the utility stocks, like the preferred stocks. They were all kind of getting beat up here yesterday. Actually, they leveled off in the afternoon. They seem to move counter to the market sometimes. When the market started selling off in the afternoon, they actually found a bottom. But some of these defensive names are still kind of out of favor.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, we really got this whole thing going when Ben started talking about, tapering a while ago.
Yeah.
People can't seem to get that out of their mind here. Major support under the 102.50 level, low of the move at 102.11, had another low at 102.67. So getting a little of a bounce here, off that low, but boy, you're coming off a cliff from way above the 125 level. So there still seems to be a little bit of fear here in the market regarding interest rates.
TLT is just a great indicator. I like to keep it on my screens if you're trading even the equities, if you're looking at utility stocks, if you're looking at stocks that have higher dividends. When the TLT is getting killed, it's often a pre-indicator to what's going to happen because TLT was down big in the pre-market yesterday. Now bring up a chart of DT Energy, DTE. And you can see exactly that this stock actually opened up and then started just to get weak there and started to crater too. So if you bring up yesterday's chart, you can see DTE actually opened quite high on the move, and it would have gave you a nice entry point for a short. And then obviously just followed what the TLT did, sold off pretty much all day. I know you see a little spike there after hours. I think that's just a bad tick though.
Probably an odd lot or
Yeah,
something.
probably an odd lot or something. But you can see here, sometimes if you knew and you did know the TLT was selling off in the pre-market, it can give you a nice entry point on some of these higher utility dividend plays.
Right, looking at DTE here, closed just off the low of the day here, only 20 cents off the low of the day, below that 65, 67 level. You could definitely get under 65 here, had a low at 64.71 going back on July 5th.
If you bring up the PFF too, I'll just show you that one. It's in the same type of deal. That's the preferred ETF, where obviously full of preferred stocks. But you can see yesterday's same type of deal was down after a nice little 3-day rally. So following the TLT there too. So if you're trading anything that's got the higher dividend, just a good idea to keep the TLT on your screen.
Yeah, that $38 level is really
Yeah.
getting huge here. 38 even was low on August 26th, and then you actually sniffed it 1, 2, 3, 4 in the next 5 trading sessions. So until we break above 38 here, perhaps the interest rate worries will continue.
Let's just move on here. VVUS gets downgraded to sell today at Lazard, and that stock is actually trading down about 35 cents here in the pre-market. It's a stock we don't talk a lot about on the show, but this 13 level had been giving it trouble. It tried to get up there a couple times in June, could, and actually did eventually break out of in July, but then it's like an old resistance level becomes resistance again, and it's tried a couple times to pop up to the 13 level just to be denied, and now this downgrade is pushing the stock down here this morning.
Yeah, major support at the $12 level. It's down 35 cents. Been in a 12's been the bottom of the range here, 11.97 on August 19th, and then you popped up to the $13 level. So don't think I get too excited either way. Resistance at 13, major support at that $12 level.
Let's go back to the market here. We have sold off a couple of points since we started the show. We're down at 1636.75, just a half point off those lows right now. What's the bogey here that traders need to look at on the support side? Is it all the way down at 1630, or is there anything before then?
There's really nothing. There's nothing down here from the close going to 1630.75, which was Monday's low, and Friday's close right at that level too, 1631.75. But it's just kind of like a slow leak here. It's not anything to get real excited about, at least at this point on the session. If we did crack that 1630.75 level, then I'd be concerned that we're going to take out the 4 or 5 day and Friday's lows, right around that 16 quarter in the level. Coming back on the upside, the close will be a good number, 1639. That's also kind of your mid range from yesterday. So, in order to turn things around, bullish, I'd like to see us get back above 1639.
That's our show for today, guys. We do apologize for the little technical difficulties in there, and we do thank the Thinker Swim Room for helping us through that. Obviously, Joel is away here tomorrow. I will be with you guys, though, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.